All right. There we go. Yes, yes, Bonnie, underneath your knees to start. So we're going to actually begin with our breath laying down today, you guys, rather than seated. There we go. Okay. So you've got your 2 blankets. So just for those of us who are just joining us on the recording, we're going to work with 2 blanket stack today. You guys will get to use these. So if you choose, you can use these instead of your bolster. We're going to begin with our breath laying down. Let's have everybody, there we go. Okie dokie. All right. So once you get nice and comfortable and you get all adjusted, I'm fidgeting. Okay. What I want you to do is take a few cycles of breath on your back, making sure that everything is comfortable. The position of your blankets or your bolster is comfortable, how your back is laying down is comfortable, position of the shoulders, position of the neck, position of the head. So just kind of check in and make sure that everything really is working the way you would like it to work. So since it's been a couple weeks since we've had new class, we're going to come back in and we're going to play with our breath in a slightly different way. So the first thing I want you to do is let your hands come to your rib cage and just take a moment with your fingers, and I want you to just kind of palpate around the bottom of the sternum and then the front of the rib cage and just kind of notice where everything is. So we're doing this because I want you to begin to connect into the muscles that live in between your ribs. These are your intercostal muscles. It's one of the reasons why if you end up with a cold and you spend a period of time coughing really hard, it feels really sore through your rib cage. Those muscles actually get sore from all the contraction. So the first thing that I want us to do is, rather than focusing on breathing as much into the deep belly, I want you to focus on breathing into your rib cage. So the first set of 5 breaths, and you're going to do this to your cycle of breath, is that I want you to breathe into the front of your rib cage. So you can place your hand in between over your heart, okay, one right at the bottom point where your rib cage and your sternum meet. But as you inhale, I want you to feel the rib cage actually begin to move up. And then as you exhale, feel the rib cage begin to move down. So you're going to use slow, steady breathing. So you're using your yoga breath. You're breathing in and out through the nose. Please make sure as you do this that you're doing at least a 4-count inhale and a 4-count exhale. And just take 4 more cycles of breath. So that you can connect with the upward movement of the sternum as you inhale. And then connect with the downward movement of the sternum as you exhale. And then take 3 more. And again, with each inhale, breathing through the nose, I want you to connect into the front of the rib cage so that you can actually feel your sternum come up towards the neck. And as you exhale, actually feel the sternum relax and come back down into place. And let's do 1 more. So again, slow, steady inhale. Feel the sternum and the rib cage move upwards. And then after you complete your 5 sets of breath, See if you can bring your hands to the sides so that you can now feel the sides of the rib cage. So your tops of your shoulders may come forward a little bit. Elbows are going to point out in opposite directions so that you can rest your palms on the sides of the rib cage. For this next set of 5 breaths, I want you to focus on breathing into the sides of the rib cage so that as you inhale, I want you to feel the expansion of the rib cage out to the right, out to the left. As you exhale, let that gently relax, coming back into a neutral position. And again, inhale. Feel the rib cage expand out to the side. Exhale, let it relax. And then again, slow, steady inhale. Feel the rib cage expand out towards the sides. Exhale, feel it relax. And then do 2 more to your set of breath, your length of breath. After you complete your 5th set of breath, you can release your hands from the side. And on this next set of breath, you can go ahead and let your hands come to rest just below the rib cage and the sternum. And on this set of 5 breaths, I want you to feel the back of the rib cage press into the mat. So I want you to feel the rib cage move backwards. So again, slow, steady inhale. Feel that rib cage press into the back of the mat. As you exhale, feel that extension release. And just take a moment to notice how the other bones and muscles move around the expansion and relaxation. And again, deep, slow inhale. Feel that ribcage move into the mat. Exhale, feel it relax and release. And again, as you inhale, instead of focusing the breath to the front, really focus the breath to the back. Exhale, let it release. 2 more cycles of breath. Your pace. Feel it really focused. The other parts of the ribcage are going to want to help, but see if you can allow the back of the ribcage to do the majority of the work. See how much expansion you can find as you inhale. Now, at the end of that 5th breath, for the next 5 cycles of breath, what I want you to do is see if you can move your ribcage mindfully with your breath in all 3 directions. So the sternum will move up, the ribcage will move out and back as you inhale. And then as you exhale, I want you to feel it retract and relax also in all 3 directions. If you have one area that doesn't like to move quite as much as the others, place your hands there so that you can just keep tabs on how your body's moving. So again, when you're ready, slow, steady inhale, feel that movement upward in the front, expansion to the sides, depression, gently pressing into the back of the mat through the back of the ribcage. Let it relax as you exhale. You're going to go ahead and do 3 more with your cycle of breath. When you get done, I invite you to place your hands over your heart so that way I know that everybody's completed their 5 sets of breath. And please know that this is a form of pranayama, according to Judith Lassiter. This is called Samavriti. Beautiful. Okay, you guys, 1 more cycle of breath. Good. And now from here in this position, we're going to transition into sound and vibration. So because we really focus on the intercostal muscles in the rib cage, today also as we sing, see if you can begin to feel that vibration resonate in through the lungs, in through the rib cage, into the heart. So we'll begin by singing the sound of ah, then we'll sing the sound of o, then move into the sound of mm. On your 4th breath, please set your intent and visualize how you would like your practice to be today, making it an I am statement so that you have it already. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. Feel that ribcage move in all 3 directions. And then when you're ready, gently release your hands. Let them come down by your side. Gently begin to bend into the knees and let the heels rest against the back of the blankets. Take a moment before we do any movement. Allow the eyes to open. Gentle smile on the corners of the mouth. And begin to squeeze in through the glutes. So we're not moving here, we're just beginning to wake up a little bit. And then let the glutes relax. Let your hands come down to the tops of the hip bones. And now let's draw the breath not only in the rib cage, but all the way down to the low belly. So now as you inhale, I want you to feel that low belly expand, as well as the rib cage in all 3 directions expand. And then as you exhale, feel the rib cage release, and then feel the engagement of the low belly in between the hip bones engage. And then again, slow, steady inhale, beginning in at the low belly. Allow the breath to travel up to the rib cage. 3 directions of movement through the rib cage. Exhale, relax the rib cage. Feel the low belly come back in and sink in between the hip bones, and then gentle contraction through the low belly at the end. Then one more time. Slow, steady inhale, breathing through the low belly. Let the breath come up in through the rib cage. Exhale, release the movement 3 directions through the rib cage. And then feel the engagement through the low belly at that last part of the contraction. Now that you have this pattern of breath, let's go ahead and let our arms come to rest at our sides, palms facing up. And now as we inhale, gently feel the squeeze of the inner edges of the shoulder blades draw together and begin to bring the arms up. Let them come so that the fingertips and palms are facing up towards the face. You're stopping at about 90 degrees so that the arms are vertical. And then with the exhale, gently allow them to come down. And again, deep inhale, gentle squeeze through the glutes to add some stability, squeezing those inner edges of the shoulder blades together. This time, if it feels possible, bring the arms up so that now we're at about 150 degrees. Exhale, allow the arms to gently come down. Relax the glutes. Take a full cycle of breath right here, gentle pause. Exhale, let everything relax and release. One last time. As you begin the inhale, gently squeeze through the glutes. Draw the inner edges of the shoulders together. Palms are facing up. And now gently wider than shoulder width. Bring the arms as far up above the head as feels possible. Thumbs can touch. Palms can touch. Please do and go only as far as your body says yes. And then exhale. As you can, gently turn the palms so that they are again face up and gently allow them to come down. Relax the glutes, relax the shoulders. From here, as long as your body says yes, I want you to bring the blankets a little bit closer to the sits bones. And then you're going to squeeze through the glutes, lift the hips so that you can slide the blankets underneath the sacrum. So again, take a few cycles of breath to get very connected, very grounded, making sure that everything feels good. If this is too much lift in bridge, please remove one of the blankets and drop down to one blanket. This needs to be comfortable for everybody. Again, hands can come down by the sides, resting on the blankets, or they can come just to the outside of the blanket. So again, letting the focus be on the breath. As you inhale, beginning from the low belly, starting with the left leg, gently bring that left leg up. Beautiful. Good. Now I want you to squeeze that left glute. Gently, slowly, as you exhale, squeezing strongly through that left glute, gently draw a line with that left leg. Slowly, using your entire breath. When the leg comes approximately parallel, you're still squeezing through the glute. I want you to hold it right there. Engage the muscles, squeeze the muscles through the leg. If your body begins to shake while you're here, that's wonderful. Now, allow the glute to relax, allow the leg to relax, and gently, as long as your body allows, let the heel rest on the floor so that we move into a gentle opening through the psoas and the iliacus. Slow, steady breath here. We're going to just need to give it a little bit of time. If you feel any kind of uncomfortable pinching through the low back, If this feels like this is too much opening through the front of the hip and into the front of the thigh, please bend your knee. This should be a place that you can lean into that feels comfortable and that your body would like to embrace and enjoy. Gently, slowly bend back into that left leg. Take a moment once you've brought the left leg back. Squeeze into both glutes now. Slow, steady inhale. And gently lift the glutes just a little bit up off the blankets. Breathe. So again, we're squeezing, we're lifting just a little bit, asking the body to activate. If possible, I want you to feel those inner thighs activating and the knees gently yearning towards each other, not moving, but rather than feeling them move out, I want you to see if you can keep them parallel to the hip bones and then gently, slowly relax. Full cycle of breath right here. Okay. When you're ready, as you inhale, gently lengthen into the right leg. Good. Beautiful. Nicely done, everyone. Squeeze through this right glute. Really find it. This might be the one that's easy to access, or it might be the one that's like, oh, I don't know if I want to work today. So just love it wherever you are. And then with the exhale, gently, slowly continue to squeeze that right glute. Bring it down, bring the leg down. Be mindful, be very aware of what your body's telling you as you're squeezing. Notice if the left glute is really wanting to try to get involved because the right glute just is not wanting to work today, or you may not have any of that. Your right glute may be, yes, we're working, this feels wonderful. So just be aware. It could be either or, both. So when your leg gets about parallel, you're just going to hold and hover. Keep breathing, keep squeezing. Maybe the thing starts shaking a little bit, that's okay. Find that right glute, really squeeze. And then when you're ready, exhale, let that right glute relax. Slowly, gently allow that right leg to descend a little bit more, allowing the heel of the foot to touch. Slow, steady inhale, slow, steady exhale. Again, being very mindful of how this feels through the low back. If you have any discomfort or pinching in the low back, please bend into the knee. If this feels like this is too much opening through the front, bend into the knee. We want to be in a place where we're not only comfortable, but the sensation is that of wanting to lean in. A sense of deliciousness. Beautiful, y'all. Everybody looks fabulous. Good, 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 good. One more cycle of breath right here, just letting everything gently, softly open. And then gently bend into that right leg. One more time, begin by squeezing through the glutes, gentle inhale, micro lift of the glutes up above the blankets. See if you can squeeze a little bit more strongly, first into the right glute and then into the left. Just alternating back and forth. Finding the body. And then when you're ready, relax, release. Now, we're going to do just a little bit of balance. As long as your body says yes, I want you to bend into the knees, and then very gently, be careful with the neck, begin to draw the knees in just a little bit. Give that low back a little bit of a stretch. So If knee action doesn't feel very comfortable because it's too much flexion, always place your hands behind the knees. So just a small movement just to lengthen those low back muscles. And then gently release. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to roll onto our right side. So very gently, very slowly, you're going to start with that left hand. Use that left hand to create momentum so that you can roll over. You're going to keep that right hip on the blankets. Okay. This right leg, I want you to lengthen it, and then you're going to bring the left leg in front. Okay. Let this right forearm bend so that the fingers are forward. Okay. Everybody got that? So we should all be on our blankets. The hips are resting on the sides. Okay. So we're all now, we went from Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, we went from bridge, supported bridge, and now we're in our variation of Vashisthasana, side plank. Beautiful, you guys. So the first thing is to just find our arms. So take a deep inhale, bring that arm, that left arm up. Good. Exhale, and I want you to bring it up and extend over the head. Notice how that begins to open into your lateral body. Beautiful. Inhale, bring that arm back up. Exhale, sweep that arm forward, and if possible, bend through the elbow. And the hole that you have underneath that right arm, oh, gentle twist. Bring the hand through the hole. Inhale, bring it up. So we'll do that one more time. Exhale, lengthen. Feel that opening through the lateral body. Beautiful. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, sweep it forward. And gentle twist by bringing that left arm in between the right side body and the right arm that's bent at the elbow. And release. Okay, so this next part, if you choose, if this feels like this is too much, then please don't do it. I want you to get strong through that right leg. Gently flex into the foot. What's going to happen is that we're going to access our core muscles. We're going to lift our hips up just a little bit, and we're going to press down through that left foot. Oh, and we're going to hold ourselves here. So breathe. Inhale. If your body says yes, bring that left arm up. Exhale. Sweep it up and over. Beautiful. Inhale. Bring it back up. Exhale. Forward and underneath. Gentle twist while we're using our core. Inhale. Bring it up. One more time. Exhale. Sweep it up and over the arm. Beautiful. Or excuse me, up over the head. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, sweep it forward, bend into the elbow, and twist. Release. Bring this left hand down. Bend into the right knee. Bring that left knee down, and guess what? Now, we're in tabletop. There we go. Look at y'all go. See, this is what happens when I get a little bit of time to start playing. We start doing fun stuff, hopefully. It's not too odd. Okay, here we go. So now we're going to move into a little bit of cow and cat. So when you're ready, as you inhale, allow the hips to lift. And what I want you to do is really feel the opening through your abdominal wall. Breathe. So rather than focusing on compressing into the lumbar spine, I want you to really focus on opening into the front of the body through the abdominals. So hopefully you can feel a little bit of abdominal stretch high towards the sternum. And then exhale. And I want you to gently, slowly drop the hips. Feel those shoulder blades. Move out to the sides and then down slightly. Those of you that also want to do a little bit more, I want you to feel that upper arm. Each of the upper arms gently draw towards each other just a little bit. So we're just working on getting all of the muscles that need to pull and activate, pull and activate. The chin is working towards the chest, so find that nice stretch through the neck. And then gently release. What we're going to do next, and please modify if you need to, is I want you to just simply curl your toes under, okay? So again, as long as your body says yes, we're going to go ahead and move through a cow and a cat. So again, with the toes curled under, inhale, feel the hips lift, feel that torso move away from the hips, gaze goes out about 3 feet, pressing down through the palms. And then as you exhale, allow the hips to sink. Feel that middle back in between the shoulders lift. Draw the chin up and into the chest. Feel the shoulder blades along the sides of the rib cage draw down to the waist. And then gently activate those upper inner arm muscles, drawing each other towards them. So your arms are actually moving towards each other as they move down. And then allow it to relax. Next step, if curling underneath the toes was okay, we're going to come back into cat one more time. So again, drop through the hips, feel the activation through the shoulders, and then gently lift your knees so that you're hovering. Use your core, use your quads, breathe. And then from here, as long as your body says yes, you can begin to lengthen the legs behind. You are still curling through the shoulders. Breathe here. And then gently, slowly bend back into the knees. And open the knees, making sure that they're hip distance apart. You're going to take either puppy dog or a variation of extended child's pose, doing what feels best for your knee flexion. And just go ahead and allow your head to rest on your blankets. Breathe and soften. If your body says yes and your glutes can sink, that's great. If your body says no, keep it as more of a puppy dog and allow the blankets to support the arms, the chin, and the head. So either is fine. Please go and take what variation of the posture feels best for you. Okay. One more cycle of breath right here. Just really feel your body rest, relax, integrate. We're waking everything up. Okay, and here we go. Now from here, you're going to come back into tabletop, and then we're going to bring ourselves forward. All right, so that now the front bones of the hips are resting on top of the blankets. There you go, beautiful. Lovely, you guys. And again, always make sure that this feels good for you. If you need to adjust your blankets, if you need to go from 2 to 1 or 1 to 2, please do so. So what we're going to do first is I want you to go ahead and allow your hands, forearms to be on the mat, fingers are spread wide. We have now a little bit of change of elevation, so our hips are higher than our legs, which is awesome. We're going to again begin with our left leg. So I want you to squeeze into that left glute, and then I want you to lift the left leg. And all you're going to do is bring it parallel. If your body says yes, and you're not feeling any pinching in the low back, continue to squeeze and see if you can continue to extend the leg up slightly. You're still breathing. Please make sure that you're still using not only your low belly, but also the rib cage as you breathe. As you're here, now what I want you to do is gently draw that left leg out towards the side. Wherever you had it raised, just gently draw it out towards the side. Continue to squeeze through the glute. If your leg begins to shake, that's fine. Just love the leg. Know that we're working deeply, doing this variation of locust or Salabhasana. And then gently, slowly bring the leg back, and then slowly lower it down. Breathe, soften. And now we're going to repeat this with the right leg. So take a moment, squeeze into that right glute, let it get strong, squeeze it, and then when you're ready, gently, slowly raise the leg so that it's parallel. Good. Everybody looks beautiful. If your body says yes, and you're not finding any pinching in the low back, you can continue to squeeze the glute and lift the leg a little bit higher. But just squeeze that glute. Really ask it to work. Beautiful. Lovely. Y'all are knocking this out of the park today. From here, wherever your leg is lifted, gently draw it out to the side. Squeeze. Notice that now we're using our gluteus medius. And it's working. Breathe. If the leg begins to shake, that's fine. Keep squeezing that glute, creating stability. And then gently, slowly, draw that left leg back, or right leg back, and gently lower down. From here, bring the hands to the mat, come up, and then you're either going to take that variation of child's pose so that you can lengthen into the back, or you're taking the variation of puppy, using the blankets as a support. So please do what feels best. I'm trying to demonstrate both. Slow, steady inhale, slow, steady exhale. And then from here, as you finish your exhale, come back into tabletop. And then one more time, gently draw yourself down. Again, coming back to the forearms, fingertips are facing the edge of the blanket. This time, what I want you to do is draw both legs together. Point through the toes, moving into a little bit of cobra legs. I want you to squeeze, or actually just another variation of locust. We'll do cobra in a moment. Squeeze those glutes and lift both legs. Squeeze the glutes. See if you can gently, slowly get the legs to lift parallel. Notice the difference you feel in your body when you do this with both legs versus one leg at a time. If you have one glute that really is having a hard time activating today, place a little bit more attention on that glute. If your body says yes, open the legs and continue to squeeze. Breathe. Beautiful. Lovely. Look at all y'all. You guys look great. Gently, slowly draw the legs back together. Lower the legs. Oh, feel that really yummy relaxation. Now, bringing your hands out to either side. Fingertips are behind the collarbone. I want you to feel the elbows Roll back towards your waist and your glutes. As you inhale, gently, slowly bring your torso up. Continue to feel the shoulder blades roll down and back. Shift the gaze, moving into very gentle cobra. Breathe. Feel the legs lengthen. Gentle squeeze through the glutes. And then gently release. Bring yourself back to tabletop. And then one more time. Take either the puppy variation where hips stay high, less flexion through the knees, or if your knees allow, more flexion, and gently work yourself back into child's pose. Slow, steady inhale. Slow, steady exhale. Come back into tabletop. As you're ready, one more time, let's begin with a cow. So gently let the hips lift. Open away from the hips through the abdominals. Feel the shoulders drop down and gently come forward. So when I say come forward, I mean the shoulders are moving back towards the waist and then they're wrapping around the sides of the rib cage. Inner arms are also working together. Release from that position, arms stay engaged, drop through the hips. Feel the backs of the shoulder blades, those inner edges lifting and separating away. Lower edges of the shoulder blades are dropping down. And shoulder blades are also rotating around to the sides of the rib cage. Relax that. Do a little shoulder roll, little side to side movement. Coming back into cat. Begin by curling underneath the toes as long as your body says yes. Then gently rounding and shaping that thoracic spine by feeling the shoulder blades drop down towards the waist, coming around laterally to the sides of the rib cage. Inner arms are active, chin is to the chest, lift the knees, breathe. And if your body says yes, lengthen those legs. You can open them up a little bit, but what you're going to do is this is a variation of downward facing dog and upward facing plank. So breathe. Beautiful, you guys. Awesome sauce. Bend into the knees. Oh, as long as your body says yes, you can either sit back hips to heels. If that's too much, I want you to turn so that you can sit on the blankets, okay? We did an awful lot with the shoulders. So what I want us to do now, before we move into the second side of Vashisthasana, is I want you to sit on top of your blankets. Knees are lightly bent. Okay. There we go. All right. As long as your body says yes, and this is not too much extension through your wrists, you're going to bring the wrists back, readjust, sits bones on the mat as you need. Okay. If fingertips pointing forward is too much, please, fingertips can point out, or fingertips can also point away. All right.
It's a little bit more difficult if the fingertips are pointing away to do the next part, but it does feel really yummy for the forearms. Okay, so from here, whether you've got fingertips pointing out or fingertips pointing back towards the heels of the feet, I want you to just take a moment and squeeze those inner edges of the shoulders together. This is our opportunity to balance the movements that we just did through cow, cat, and the upward, or the, excuse me, the high plank and downward facing dog combo. If your body says yes, once you have taken those inner edges of the shoulder blades together, gently squeezing them together, if you've got a little bit more, you can gently bend into the elbows and just notice how that feels. Again, please always remember we are looking for the sensation in the posture that feels inviting, that feels like something that we could lean in, not try to escape from, and then gently release. Walk yourself back up. Let those shoulders roll. How are we feeling, you guys? We've got one more side for Vashisthasana. Are we up for it? Yes? Okay. All right. Now, we're going to work the left side. So you need to adjust yourself so that the left hip is going to be resting on the blankets. The left leg is going to be straight underneath. You are on your left forearm, and your right leg is now bent at the knee and the toes are facing forward. Got it? Beautiful. Lovely. Okay, so just like we did on the other side, let's start with our arm first. So deep inhale, lengthen that right arm up. As you exhale, sweep that right arm up by the ear, find that length. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, sweep it forward. And now we're going to bend into the elbow and do the twist on this side just as we did on the other side. Breathe. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, float it up along the ear, over the head. Find that opening through the side body. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, sweep it forward, bend into the elbow. Tuck the hand in between the space, gentle twist. And release. Okay, hands can come to the hips while you are finding your lift. If your body says yes, you are going to lift this left hip, press down through the left foot, and inhale, come back into that right arm. Inhale, bring the arm up over the head, find that opening. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, sweep it down, gentle twist. Use your core muscles. Inhale, bring it back up. We're still lifting. Exhale, float it up over the head. Beautiful. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, bend into the elbow twist. Release. And now drop down onto the side. Ha. Okay, from here, right hand comes down, forward, and we're back into tabletop once again. Woo! All right, you guys. Let's take a pause for just a moment. You can either do hips to heels, you can sit on your blankets. How's everybody feeling, y'all? Good? Yes? Okay, awesome sauce. All right. So, from here, we're going to remove the blankets. Oh my gosh, what a concept. Scary, scary. I would like you to grab your chairs. And I'm going to change the camera. Oh, dang it. No. Perfect. Here we go. Sorry, I have my other chair in my office right now, so we're going to have a new chair. All right, so everybody's got their chair. Please bring it over to one side. So we're going to do just a little bit more with our psoas, okay? So the first thing I want you to do is place your hands on the back of the chair. Walk your feet out so that they're about 3 feet apart. I'm going to go ahead and, now that we're standing, I really need to take my socks off because I like to feel the grip of the mat underneath my toes. Okay, here we go. So we're about 3 feet behind. Take a moment right here. Adjust yourself as much as you need to. Spread wide through the toes. Feet are approximately hip distance apart. And what I want you to do is just find a very gentle downward facing dog. Okay? So just take a moment here, let everything relax. There we go, good. Beautiful, very nicely done. Breathe. Okay, while you're here, if it feels appropriate, I want you to step your feet out just a little bit more so that now they are just slightly wider than hip distance. We're going to move into a variation of half chair, okay? Ardha Utkatasana. So when you're ready, with your hands still resting on the back of the chair, I want you to squeeze through the glutes, bend into the knees, and find your seat first, okay? So find the best position for your feet, find the best position for your glutes, find the best position for lengthening the back. Then bring the arms out, breathe. Beautiful, you guys, awesome. Squeeze. Love your body. Now, still squeezing, bring your hands back to the chair. And what I want you to do is squeeze more deeply into that left glute and lift that right leg up and back. Oh. Breathe. Beautiful. Then back into that right leg. Come down. Take a moment. Squeeze strongly with both glutes. Then when you're ready, shift your body weight into that right leg. Squeeze more strongly through that right glute. Bring that left leg up. Kick it back. Breathe. And then bring it back down. Bend into the knee. Come back down. And one more time, squeeze. We're going to do this one set more. So still squeezing, and yes, we're doing this with a bent knee. So squeeze more strongly into that left glute. Kick that right leg back. Squeeze. Then back into that right leg. Bring it down. Come back into that squat. Squeeze equally through both glutes. Squeeze more strongly into the right glute. Kick that left leg back. Bend back into that left leg. And now from here, gently, slowly walk your hands down your chair so that you're taking only as much of a forward fold as your body says yes to. If you can get hands to the mat, that's great. If hands need to be on the back rung of the chair, that's great. Once you are comfortable, whether it's on the back of the chair or on the floor, what I want you to do is squeeze a little bit more through the glutes and ever so gently begin to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Let go of the head and neck. Breathe. So even if you're only moving a millimeter here, that's great. Release that. If your hands are on the floor, come back to the chair rung. If your hands are on the chair rung, come slightly higher to the chair. From here, gently bend into one knee and then the other. If knees are an issue, please make sure that you have padding underneath your knees. As long as your body says yes, place your hands on your hips. Good. If you need to, keep one hand on the back of the chair. From here, you may need to back up just a little bit. We're going to start with that left leg. Shift the body weight to the right leg. Step the left leg forward, moving into a gentle lunge. Slowly, gently, as long as your body says yes, you're going to take the hips, the pelvis, and gently allow your body to come into posture. In order to create stability here so that you are not overdoing, take this right glute, squeeze it. This will prevent you from overextending into the front of the leg. Hands are on the hips. Breathe. From here, lengthen into the right arm. We're going to move ourselves into a gentle twist as long as your body says yes. When you exhale, still squeezing through that right glute, twist yourself to the left. Left hand can come across the back. Gentle twist. Squeeze that right glute. Release. Inhale that right arm up. Unwind. If you need for additional balance, rather than have the hands to the hips, place the hands on the back of the chair. Gently come up. So we're taking our entire pelvis, we're bringing it back up to vertical. Then we're stepping that left leg back. Beautiful, you guys. Here we go. Readjusting. We're going to go ahead and now move into the right leg. So shift the body weight into the left side. Step that right foot forward. Same thing on this side. Moving the pelvis as long as your body says yes, forward and down. Keeping the knee and the ankle stacked. Gently allowing your body to come in. If you have any worries at all about doing too much, squeeze the left glute. Breathe. Let the body gently open here. Inhale, lengthen into that left arm. Exhale, gently twist over to the right. Right hand can come behind the back if you choose. Breathe. Beautiful. Keep squeezing into that left glute. Release. Inhale, bring that left arm up. Hands come back to the hips to bring yourself out. Pelvis comes out first, then gently step back. To find some extension for your spine, gently draw yourself forward. Hands can come to the back of the chair, and you can gently lengthen in. So just simple variation of extended child's pose. Again, this helps in not having too much flexion through the knees if knee flexion is an issue. Breathe. And then gently, slowly release. Bring yourself back up. We're going to go ahead and move our chair. Okay. Coming back now to our blankets. So grab your blankets one more time. We're going to finish, before we move into our twist, we're going to finish with a supported back bend. So what you're going to do is you're going to take both blankets, we're going to keep our knees bent so that we can control how much compression we have in the low back. So what we're going to do is we have our blankets now across the mat. And what's going to happen is that we're going to put them underneath our armpits across the bottom part of the shoulder blades and the thoracic spine. So very gently, slowly roll yourself back. And you're going to adjust it so that the arms come to the top, right? Let go of the head and neck. If this is too much extension for your head and neck, please put a block underneath, okay? That's the other option. If this is too much curve for your low back, with your knees bent, you just simply lift your sits bones and your glutes up off the mat however much you need, okay? So just breathe here. This is just a variation of fish with blankets to create some support so that you can deepen the relaxation. The last part to this posture is that only if your body says yes, you can lengthen your legs. So pay very close attention to what your body is telling you it needs. Again, if this is too much curve for the neck, too much opening for the throat, please put a block underneath your head. And we're going to come back to our rib cage breath. And I want you to take 5 cycles of breath right here. Feel the rib cage open to the front so that the sternum moves upward. Feel the rib cage open to the sides so that the sides expand in opposite directions. Feel the back of the rib cage press into the blankets. From here, when you finish your 5 cycles of breath, then back into the knees if you straightened your legs. Gently roll yourself off your blankets. Set them to the side in case you would like to use them for final relaxation. And come back down onto your back. And gently draw the knees into your chest, moving into Uttanasana, energy frame pose. Just feel your body open. From here, if you need something to put underneath your legs because moving into a full twist is too much, please do so. What we're going to do is you're going to take both knees, draw them a little bit more towards your head, and then gently roll yourself over to your right. With this right rib cage exposed, really connect into the lateral expansion of your rib cage. So really feel those ribs move up to the right. And as these ribs move up to the right, also feel the left ribs move into the mat. Gentle focus on the lateral side of the rib cage. Last part to this, if you choose, and you want to make this just a little bit resistive to make sure that everything is working well, you're going to take that right hand, bring it just above that left knee. I want you to squeeze into that left glute, press that left knee into, or the area just above the left knee into that right hand.
So there's no movement here. We're just really activating, really making sure that the brain and the muscles have reconnected. And then gently let it relax. When you're ready, gently draw both legs back up. Give yourself that gentle hug one more time. And now we're going to go ahead and do our twist on the other side. So this time, draw both legs in a little bit more and roll them over towards the left. This time, making sure that you have a block underneath if you need it. Breathe deeply into this left rib cage. Feel the expansion through that left rib cage as it moves up towards the ceiling, concurrently as this right rib cage, as it expands towards the ceiling, concurrently as the left rib cage presses into the mat. And then if you choose, if you want to make one last little active part, you're going to bring this left hand just above the right knee. Squeeze into that right glute. Press that right leg into that left hand. Squeeze. Making sure that everything is connected. Brain to muscle. Muscle to brain. And then gently let it relax. When you're ready, gently draw those knees back up. One last time, big squeeze. And then please take whatever variation of Savasana, whether it is blankets, bolsters, eye bags, whatever you need to come into your final space of relaxation. Let your arms come down by your side. Let your eyes gently close. Please give your body this time to integrate the practice, the movement, the reconnection of the neuromuscular junctions between the brain and the muscles. Come back into the breath to help soothe the body, taking it even deeper into a parasympathetic response, which is the rest and digest response. Feel your body open. Feel your body ease.
Gently, slowly, begin to find your way back. Start by finding fingers and toes, hands and feet, whatever feels best and most natural. Come back into the breath, taking a full deep inhale and exhale through the nose. Breathe in all of that beautiful oxygen. Exhale all of that carbon dioxide, anything that no longer serves. If you choose to come back into one last stretch, use your breath to bring your arms up over your head and allow your body to stretch from fingertips to toes and bones to skin. Find that delicious opening. Then gently draw the knees high into your chest. Wrap your arms round. Roll over onto your side. Take a couple cycles of breath on your side, reconnecting. And then when you're ready, gently press yourself back up into a seated position, hands to heart, thumbs at the sternum. Y'all, thank you so very much for making time for your practice. Wishing you an amazing, amazing, amazing 2021. Happy New Year. Bring it into your heart. I honor the divine in you that is the divine in me, that is the divine in all of us. Namaste, and may the blessings be.